They're coming home Sunday and Monday. I said, can you be here? And he said,
Hi, Don. How's it going?
I'm here yet. Good for some, bad for others. Scott said, I wish I wasn't here.
how you talk. Ready, Chris?
Hold on 1 second.
Getting excited.
Stressed. Definitely stressed.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to call the July 6, 2021 Crest Hill City Council meeting to order. If everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Ray Solomon.
Here.
Glenn Conklin.
Present.
Scott Dyke.
Here.
John Verche.
Here.
Darrell Jefferson.
Here.
Claudia Gazal.
Here.
Tina Oberlin.
Present.
Mark Sepiti.
Here.
Nate Albert.
Here.
And Joe Kubal.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, we do not have a business promotion this evening, so we'll continue with the agenda items. First of all, you have before you the minutes of the Crest Hill City Council meeting held on June 21st, 2021. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Gazal, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for the approval of the City Council work session, or City Council minutes on June 21st, 2021. Questions or comments? Yep.
It's regarding the question that I had regarding the legal services for the TIF, and it mentions that that I asked for this to be a subject of executive session or future work session. Is that on the next work session's agenda?
We are currently, the mayor and I have been trying to, I know, schedule a meeting with you to discuss that issue. So it is not going to be, but we will discuss that with you privately.
I think it would be a good idea to update the entire council on that. If that's
As far as the litigation strategy or the status of the litigation?
just where we're at currently.
The council is aware of where we currently are in the litigation with it. We are just currently awaiting a decision from the Supreme Court at this point. So there hasn't been any new movement on the actual lawsuit since then.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm confused. Is there like a correction on the minutes? Is that what you're stating?
Well, it says on here that I asked for it to be a subject of executive session or future work session, and I'm not sure where that was left.
Oh. So, because I made a motion, that's why I'm asking. So, do I need to correct the motion?
No, he's just making a comment.
Okay.
Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, you have before you the minutes of the work session held on June 14th, 2021. Motion would be in order.
So move.
Second.
We have motion by Alderman Jefferson, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal for the approval of the minutes of the work session held on June 14th, 2021. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
And you also have before you the minutes of the work session held on June 28th, 2021. Motion would be in order.
Mayor, I have a quick comment on the 28th work
Okay.
session. Under committee liaison updates, the second sentence, staff on site did not feel there was good support from the Park District. That word really should be for the Park District. I'd just like that correction made.
To the motioner in the second. Agreeable?
Nobody made a motion
There was
yet.
never a motion.
Oh, I thought there was one.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, my fault.
I have a question also to those minutes. It's in the section regarding the GovHR proposal to conduct recruitment. It says here the final interview would be with the mayor and council, and at that meeting, I questioned how much the council would be able to meet with and question and get to know a little bit the finalists for that shortened list, and you said that would be possible. The final 2 or 3 candidates, whatever.
Yes, I mean, I won't be here when that occurs, but certainly that is
Okay.
up to the mayor and council on how you want to conduct that.
Okay. I just want to make sure that it's clear that this is final interview, so it's not just the council only gets to meet the final candidate. It's the final,
That is not typically,
Finalists
that is
for
not
that
typically
position.
how it happens in this process. Usually there would be, a minimized amount of candidates brought before council in the range of potentially 2 to 6.
Okay, motion would be in order.
We got one by Joe Kubal.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Alderman Kubal, seconded by Alderman Dyke. Questions or comments in regards to the motion for the approval of the minutes on June 28, 2021 with the corrections? Roll call, please.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
I'm gonna vote no because I noticed the minute did not reflect my input accurately, so I'm voting no.
Which
Tina Oberlin.
page? I just want to know which page.
Just,
The whole thing or just a certain page?
the topic of the liaison.
Okay. Okay.
Tina Oberlin,
Of the liaison from Joe Kubal, just for correction, because there's 2 of them.
Okay.
That's-
I'm sorry, what?
your vote.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Mark Sepiti,
yes.
Nate Albert,
Abstain.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to our city administrator, Heather McGuire. Good evening, Heather.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have several agenda items for consideration this evening, and the first is a resolution appointing a delegate and alternate for the Southwest Agency for Health Management. I do apologize, we were to correct the titles of the positions that are currently appointed to be our delegates, and this is regarding our health insurance cooperative. Under Section 2, it should actually, it's an old version in here, the Section 2 should say the City of Crest Hill herein appoints the Human Resources Manager as its delegate, and then Section 3 should be the City of Crest Hill herein appoints the Finance Director, as we will be correcting those titles. So this is just an administrative cleanup item. We already have a designated and an alternate. This is just required for our health insurance cooperative that we maintain those 2 positions, and after the change in titles, we're just cleaning up these items.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal for a resolution appointing delegate and alternate for the Southwest Agency for Health Management. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Resolution 1112.
Thank you. And the second resolution is similar in nature. It's a resolution appointing a delegate and alternate for the Southwest Agency for Risk Management, and this is for our risk management or liability insurance cooperative. The city administrator is currently appointed as the delegate. The alternate would just be modified as a correction on the title to the Human Resources Manager for this position.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderman Jefferson for a resolution appointing delegate and alternate for the Southwest Agency for Risk Management. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Resolution 1113.
The next resolution is a resolution waiving bid and authorizing execution of a proposal for metropolitan fire protection at the city center. This is for the fire protection system at a total cost of $216,424. For the public's information, when we bid this out, we did not actually receive any bids on this, so we reached out to several vendors to ask them to submit proposals, only one of which responded. However, that was significantly below our actual targeted budgeted amount of $250,000, so I'm asking for a bid waiver and a contract execution with Metropolitan Fire Protection.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Verche for a resolution waiving bid and authorizing execution of proposal for Metropolitan Fire Protection at City Center Fire Protection System. Questions or comments?
I just have one question, and maybe I'm wrong, but are we not now using the title alderperson?
We are using the title alderperson. They should be, they are updated on all of our written documents now.
Okay, I just thought that was the new status quo.
Correct.
Roll call, please.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Thank you, motion carries. Resolution 1114.
The next item is a proposal for GovHR, and this is for recruitment for a new city administrator position. As council is aware, I will be resigning here as of July 23rd will be my last day, so this is to conduct the recruitment for the new city administrator. The cost will be $22,000. The timeline would be approximately 14 weeks on this proposal, and this would allow them to begin immediately after approval.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Gazal, seconded by Alderman Dyke. Questions or comments?
I would like to comment that I agree with Alderperson Sepiti on the last time we did this, when we had several days where we sat in on these interviews to talk to these people, and I think there was probably 6 or so, and I would hopefully we would still do that so we get some input into this, as we are people who should have some input.
Roll call, please.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
And the final item I have is for approval for the IML conferences registration, and this would be to pay for hotel parking registration for all of the elected officials, as well as our Public Works Director, if he is able to attend for that conference in September.
Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have motion by Alderperson Jefferson, seconded by Alderperson Gazal, for the approval of the IML conference registration, which would take care of the registration, the seminars, hotel, and parking, correct, from the work session?
Correct.
Roll call, please.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. That was the last item I had for approval this evening. We do have a work session scheduled on July, I apologize, the date in there is wrong. We have a work session scheduled on July 12th, and that will include several staffing recommendations. Additional topics are being finalized, and I would be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Questions of City Administrator?
Just a quick question. Is this older person has to be like, it's like a law right now?
It is the formal statute that was passed, correct, that all official documentation goes to alderperson. I know several of elected officials throughout the state are choosing to continue to go by alderman or
Yeah,
alderwoman.
because
but-
I'm older woman and I want to be a woman. I mean, just saying. I'm tired of all these changes, you know, with the government. Sorry. I don't mind if you guys call me woman, because I am a woman. I stand by that. And I'm proud to be a woman. So I'm not going to have a governor come and change my title, because I don't go either way. I'm just one way. Just my common sense, because I'm tired of so much garbage in this country.
Any other questions? All right, thanks, Heather. Moving on to Public Works Department, our Director of Public Works, Mark Seifert. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The only agenda item I have before you tonight reflects back to last Monday's work session where we had Burns and McDonnell in to present their proposal for a rate study for water and sewer rates. At this time, I would ask to execute a not-to-exceed contract in the amount of $43,000 with Burns McDonnell. I would be happy to entertain any questions.
This was discussed at last Monday evening's work session. Are there any questions in regards to this study? Motion would be in order.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderperson Sepiti, for the water and sewer rate study for an amount not to exceed $43,000. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
That's all I have for you tonight, and be happy to entertain any questions.
Any questions of Public Works? All right, thanks, Mark. Community Development Department, Maura is on vacation this week, so you do have the reports in your packet. If there's any questions, I'll try to entertain. Hearing none, we'll move on to the Police Department. Our Deputy Police Chief, Tony Rossetti. Good evening, Tony.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The only item on the agenda is I'm asking for approval for a police services contract from that production company, Olive Productions, for that filming of that show, Paper Girls.
So moved as presented.
Second.
A motion by Alderperson Overland, seconded by Alderperson Dyke for the approval of the police service contract. This was handled last week, kind of a late notice thing. So are there any questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
I'm going to abstain. I don't like how these contracts are handled.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
I'll try to answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions of the Police Department?
I have some questions, some comment as well. So as we spoke today, we only have 8 citations and
I actually looked it up, it's 10.
10. Okay, well, still 10. With the next meeting, there's any way we can get how many additional, I know like the chief did stated that we hired additional officers. And also, can we find out like how many hours they work? And 2 years ago, I brought up the fireworks fine, and I was against like the 150. And we increased it to 150, and I thought 150 was way too little. I know right now the agenda is very full with everything that is going on. This is not going to happen until next year. I would like this on the future work session. I think it's really important that we increase at minimum $500. If people can afford thousands of dollars on fireworks, then $150 is nothing to them at this point. Also, I want to thank your police department because what happened in my ward on one particular street, and I'm not pointing fingers, but I am ashamed and disappointed that our police department has no more respect, that they're just doing their job. And I'm very hurt to see that they treat it so badly, being sworn on, being yelled at by families, by kids, just because they're enforcing and they're doing their job. So I'm very disappointed. You know, one of the greatest things of coming to this country was seeing the freedom that this country has. And 4th of July was one of the most beautiful, beautiful celebrations that used to look so forward. I do have to say the last 2 years, I'm scared, I'm disappointed, I'm frustrated, and it's sad what this country has come to. But again, thank you to your police department. I know no one is perfect. I know there's a lot of pointing fingers. I know you guys are doing your best of trying to manage everything. But no policeman deserves to be treated the way that one officer was treated 2 days ago.
I really appreciate that. I actually want to speak to 4th of July just a little bit. I don't want to lessen this. I don't want to make it sound like there's less to it than there is. But I did look it up just before the meeting. Our guys handled 78 calls throughout the 4th. 45 of them were for fireworks. They issued 10 administrative citations, so roughly a quarter of them. They handled 33 other calls in addition to those. Now, we realize, believe me, we don't want to upset any of the citizens. We don't want them upsetting you guys. I mean, we have families and stuff too. We understand that 4th of July brings a lot of headaches for a lot of people. People have young kids that are trying to go to sleep. People have pets that this upsets all the time. People have, some people are veterans and they have PTSD. Quarter of our department is veterans. We feel for the people. We are doing our best. I know it's not good enough. We will try harder. But just so you know, our guys were out there, and all in all, for as busy as they were, they did a pretty good job. I looked up the individual 45 calls to see what those were about in addition. And some of those calls were repeat calls from the same people because our guys didn't get there fast enough. And when I looked to see, some of those calls were because they were actually on other calls. Like I said, there was nearly 80 calls that day. So I know it's not good enough. I know it upsets a lot of people, but they were out there, they were trying hard, and we'll continue to try and do better, and hopefully we will be better.
I mean, I understand your point, and I'm not disagreeing. I feel like if it's a fine $150 and we only get 10, it's not even worth to pay all that overtime that we're paying for additional police if things are not going to get done. So I think you council are responsible for this. You know, we need to increase this. We really need to increase this so we can see some changes. Otherwise, you're not going to see some changes. It's going to be the same thing over and over every year. Every year it's going to be, because things are getting worse and worse and worse every year.
I understand that quite amounts of fireworks were confiscated over the weekend.
They did
correct?
pretty good. I mean, they have like a pallet full. I mean, so they did take a decent amount. I know one guy, he didn't even get to open it, and it's a thing that stands like this high and probably about that fat, and he said he paid like $550 for it, so.
So $150 fine is nothing to him.
Lost his $550 worth of fireworks in addition, so.
What do you guys do with all those?
They'll have to, basically they'll get destroyed, and they'll have to go to like, I don't know if it's ATF, but it's one of those kind of places that will specifically come and get them and destroy them for us.
Well, I just mean because they're explosive, and
Yeah.
I just read about those 2 houses that burned down, and you know, you read about the hockey players. I mean, all the injuries. There was just a horrific amount of really severe notoriety-worthy injuries because of fireworks this year. You think that people would pay attention to that because, you know, you can't get your life back, you can't get your body parts back.
And Alderwoman, just a quick clarification point, not speaking as to the amount of the fine, but we do send those to admin hearing now where we do collect 100% of that fine money as opposed to going to circuit court where we only get that portion of it, but we do get at least 100% of whatever fine is issued.
There was one situation that was posted by an individual that was shooting off fireworks, and the police responded, asked them to calm down and call it a night, and they commented that, you know, they weren't ticketed, so they just blew off some more and called it a night. So, I mean, sometimes these people are, you're asking them to stop, and they're thumbing your nose at you, you clear the block, and they're back
If that's
at
what
it.
happened, I don't disagree with you. This happens for everything. The only way to truly is for there would be some kind of a penalty. We see it over and over with stop signs, speeding. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. When you cut somebody a break, it doesn't usually curb their behavior. When it hits them in the pocketbook, oftentimes it does. So I don't disagree with that.
This is not only a problem for Crest Hill, this is a
No,
problem
it's
for
everywhere.
every community, everywhere. Has the
I know.
same issues.
I actually stopped in last night, and the guys they told me Joliet was backed up 68 calls at one point, just because there's so much and there's not enough people. So
I believe that. Where I live, you literally could do a 360-degree spin on my roof and see a show. I mean, it was not. I'm talking 1 or 2. I mean, a show. It was like nonstop.
I know it's hard for people to understand, but there's other factors that go into this. It's
Well, oh no, I
everybody
understand.
sees them up in the air, but sometimes it's hard to pinpoint exactly.
Well, and you get
where
there and
they're
they
coming
stop. I
from.
get that. I'm just saying I was amazed this year because literally, and this went on for a whole week. You know, you just did it.
The ones that always get me are the ones that do it after. I mean, before
Well,
the
yeah.
is over now. It's
So we've had about a month of them now, so maybe they'll run out.
Okay, thanks,
When
Tony.
we do have the meeting, the work session on this, I was wondering if we could maybe find out what our previous year calls, to see if, you know, calls are going up, you know, during the 4th. Because I know there's times, you know, it does start, like others have said, a month before the 4th. It's going after the 4th. It's done after midnight, you know, stuff like that. I was at my daughter's house in Morris. People didn't start to 8:30. We were there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I did not hear a firework to 8:30. At 10 o'clock, everyone stopped, and you didn't hear anything after. I got home here after 11 o'clock, and it was going on here to 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
So I don't know what
sure.
they're doing out there, or people are more respectful or what, but it wasn't like that. I was surprised to see that it ended so soon, so I don't know what they do or how they're, you know, taking care of it, but they seemed to
Do
stop
you know what's
early,
the
and I was
fine there, by
surprised.
chance?
I don't know, I just was surprised at the short time.
Yeah.
And people,
And that's
stopped
how
and
it used to
everybody
be
was.
before, many years ago. They
respectful,
stopped
so,
after 9 o'clock, and
exactly.
now it goes on like
It
till
goes
the
on to
morning.
2, 3 in the morning. Also, another thing I was wondering if we could look into is over on Oakland Avenue, the bus parking area there between Rayner and Pasadena. There's some buses in there that are in disrepair. They've been in accidents, caught fire, and they've been sitting there for quite a while. Is there any way we can get them to clean that up? It's starting to look like a junkyard over there.
Yes, sir, we'll look into it.
All right, thank you.
Can I have one comment about the fireworks? I'm wondering because, like, how much public awareness do we bring out to bring
lot.
to people attention about the ordinance, about the fireworks ordinance? Because the people I talked to on my block that were shooting out fireworks, none of them had any awareness that there was an ordinance that prohibited it.
Well, it's a state law.
State law.
Yeah, it's a
It's
state
state
law,
law.
first of all. Second of all, we announce it on the TV scroll, we announce it in the meetings, we announce it on Facebook. In the association, we have sent letters in the past, so it's not like it's,
Right.
people
but
pick and choose what they want to learn and what they don't want to learn.
But that's being a state law, some municipalities don't enforce it. They just let it go until it's over with. The people in Morris is probably an exception to the rule.
Yeah, I was amazed at that it was that short time, 8 to 10, it's like, started, ended, and didn't hear anything. We left like at 10:30, my daughter's house, didn't hear anything. Come home and got home at 11 o'clock, and out here it was going on to 2, 3 in the morning. So I don't know what they're doing or how they do it, but it was kind of surprising that it was that short a time, because they were going off before, when I left my home early in the afternoon, I was hearing fireworks. I got out there, didn't hear anything till 8 o'clock at night.
Okay, thanks, Tony. Moving on to the mayor's report, I have one agenda item, a Forest Preserve liaison appointment. This was discussed last Monday night at the work session also. I would seek your approval to appoint Alderman Nate Albert as Forest Preserve liaison.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to table this until the next meeting.
Okay, is there a second for a tabling?
Second.
All right, we have a motion to table this request by Alderperson Albert, seconded by Alderperson Jefferson. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Keen Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, I have no-
I'm sorry,
well-
Mayor, and if we could just have that as a brief conversation topic for next Monday night's work session.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, I have no other agenda items. If there's any questions, I'll certainly try to answer them. Hearing none, we'll go on to City Clerk's report. Our City Clerk, Christine Verche Hall.
Thank you. I have no report tonight.
Questions of City Clerk? Thanks, Chris. Moving on to our Treasurer's report, Glenn Conklin.
Good evening. I'd like to report regular and overtime payroll from June 7th, 2021 through June 20th, 2021, in the amount of $221,001.51. I seek approval on our list of bills in the same time period, which totals $526,036.62.
Motion would be in order.
So moved as presented.
Second?
We have motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderperson Sepiti. On the list of bills, questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Darrell Jefferson,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Keen Oberlin,
Yes.
Mark Sepiti,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Joe Kubal,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you all. If there's any questions.
Questions of the treasurer? Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you. Good
All
night.
right. Unfinished business. We have nothing on the agenda. Anyone? New business? Anyone? Committee liaison reports. Anybody? City council comments? Positive city council comments? Anything you'd like to share with your constituents? Anyone like to go first this evening?
Sure, Mayor.
We'll begin with Ward 4. Alderperson Albert.
Yeah. I just wanted to announce that we're excited as far as the Crest Lions Club to have the Luau Picnic back at St. Joe's Park on September 5th. So that's Labor Day weekend. That's the Sunday before Labor Day. This will be our, oh boy, I think it's our 8th. I don't know, 2020 threw things off, but I think it's our 8th year doing it. So it'll be from noon to 10 p.m. At St. Joe's Park. So it's a fundraiser for the Lions Club. Hopefully anybody that wants to come out and have some food and some drinks can join us. Thank you, Mayor.
Alderperson Kubal.
Nothing to add, Mayor.
Ward 3, Alderperson Sapiti.
Nothing at this time.
Alderperson Oberlin.
Nothing at this time.
Ward 2, Alderwoman Gazal.
Yes, Wednesday, August 4th at 6 p.m. We'll be doing our second part of Meet at the Park with the cop. And as Mark Seifert said, you can touch a truck as well. So that will be held at the Fields of Long Meadow off of Boreal, the park there. Hope to see everyone. The last one was very success. So just a way to engage with the police and the community and with Public Works and your elected officials. And also on a positive note, today is National Fried Chicken. So it's fun time to eat some fried chicken. So good luck.
Alderperson Jefferson.
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
Ward 1, Alderperson Verche.
Nothing at this time.
Alderperson Dyke.
Nothing at this time.
Okay. Public comment. Anyone would like to address City Council, please step to the podium, state your name for the record. Your address is optional. Let the record show that no one has approached the podium. To our City Administrator, Heather McGuire, there is a need for an executive session. Heather?
Correct, Mayor, under 2C1 for personnel.
So moved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderperson Oberlin, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal. Questions or comments in regards to the motion for the executive session? Roll call, please.
Mark Sepiti.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Joe Kubal.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Darrell Jefferson.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
All right, we'll be going into executive session at 7:34 PM.